Oi, oi, oi. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is this a working? I get to listen to myself for a moment. La la la. Well, it says that I'm live. All right. Cool. You can hear me. That's great. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different than the videos. I know that much. All right. So I said that this is important, and it certainly is. I'm going to try to get this link out to the Facebook group, first of all, before we get started. Now, my initial plot, my initial desire was for this not to run all that long. I know that that's disappointing, but that may change, actually. So do not completely, don't completely castrate me yet for that. Getting everything set up here. And actually, one of the main reasons that I am a bit tardy. One of the reasons that I'm a bit tardy is one of the reasons why things are going to be a little bit hectic around here over the next week and a half. And we're going to get to that. I need to get everything prepared here. And we are going to continue on with talking about the remainder of this year. The first thing I want to mention is that I remember speaking in one of the 24-hour streams about doing a top 20 or 25 Iron Maiden songs. That will probably have to wait till a little bit closer to the release of the album. And funnily enough, it's not because it's close to the release of the album, though it is kind of convenient, so to speak, that that's how it's going to sort of coincide. But I also, whenever I get a moment, which should hopefully I'll get a moment to at least work on this just a little bit. I want to do kind of like a top 10 anticipated albums for a little bit later on this year. I know that we've talked about some of them, but the funny part about that video was after we posted it, we got so many other albums that were announced that we're going to be dropping, that we're going to be coming out. I want to say hello to everybody out there. I know that a lot of you are still streaming in. You know, I see we have 28 people already. That's fantastic. I'm smelling heavy smog from a vehicle that just decided to roll on by. So that's lovely. My nose is already a little bit clogged and my voice is already raw. And you might be wondering why that is. Well, we're going to get to that in about, I'm going to say about 5 minutes or so. We're going to give them a couple more minutes to get in. Give the people a couple more minutes to get themselves over here. So in the process, I want to also state thank you to each and every one of you who participated in the 24 hours of Cover Killer Nation. Thanks all for who attended the streams and who have watched the videos and distributed the videos. And I have an exciting announcement for you tonight. I have an announcement that is going to affect the next couple of weeks here on the channel in a indirect way, but it's enough where it could become direct. And then we are going to talk a little bit more about what's upcoming. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight, but I noticed that there are a myriad of track reviews that I have missed doing. I did the Lamb of God one mainly because I'd already talked about the other three, so no point in sort of going away from that. The Miss Cow Decapitation, My Dying Bride, Riverside. Now there's Fear Factory stuff and Children of Bodom. And I'll be blunt with you. I can't do it all. I can't do each and every one of them. In fact, there's a good potential that I can't do any of them. The reason for that is if you watched the Thank You for Being There for Me Real Talk video, the one where I was outside, where if you watched it, you responded probably with "fuck you, helicopter." Funny story about that, which I posted in a comment over there. They were looking, that was the police, they were looking for a fugitive that was around this area. I forget what he had done. He'd done something really stupid, like really kind of low-key. It wasn't exactly, he murdered 17 people and ran over a couple of parakeets with his car and then decided that he was going to go rape the Powerpuff Girls or, the Spice Girls. This was a guy that was just fleeing for doing, I think it was like a robbery or something like that. I think he was somebody who robbed a couple of places and they found him out, or maybe it was drugs. Drugs are common around here, so that wouldn't shock me either. But for those of you who watched that video, you would know that I accepted a position within a company. Now, to put things in loose terms, because I don't want everything out in the open, and please respect that. I ask you, please respect that. You guys have been cool about all of this in the past, so I'm assuming that you're going to be cool about it now. However, this position that I've accepted does demand a little bit of education by yours truly in order for me to accumulate and acquire all the things that I need in order to get started. So within the next couple of weeks, actually the next week or so, my primary focus will be on that education. That will be my primary function over the next week, which actually works out quite well, considering by the time these educational requirements are hopefully fulfilled and taken care of, we will be getting right into the meat of what July has to offer as far as albums are concerned. And that will work only to our benefit. Now, see, the Coheed and Cambria single I enjoyed, just to kind of deviate for a minute. And I think the reason why is because I want to hear the whole entire album before I feel that it was just kind of... I don't want to think of Coheed as a band that the only way that they can address the world is through a sci-fi concept. But at any rate, based on that education and based on all of those different factors, this next week is going to be one where I'm going to try to get a couple of videos done. I'm going to get a couple out there, but if it happens to be a slower week than you think, kind of resembling this week a little bit, don't be surprised, don't be alarmed. Nothing has happened to me. Nothing has prevented me from doing what I love to do for you guys. Nothing has kept me away. It has just been that this education is not only more important right now in the fact that it is the important passageway, the gateway to a better tomorrow, for me at least, and but also it is kind of taxing. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot to kind of digest and learn. So I'm thinking that it's going to be something where if I do opt to do some videos, I'm not going to aim to do things that are overly technical or overly crazy. I'm going to stick with things that I can maybe have fun a little bit with, or something a little low key. If I do reviews, obviously it's the same high level of quality that I demand, but anything aside from that, I think I'm going to try to approach with a little bit more lightheartedness, just simply because I'm going to need a break from some of the monotony of studying. Because I have not, to give you an indicator of my age, I have not studied actively for something, whether it be a test that was in a classroom or whatever it may be. I have not actively studied for something with intent, I would say, or with a lot riding on it, in probably about, oh man, probably about 8 years. It's been quite some time. It has certainly been a long time. So getting back into this and doing the whole note-taking process, and it's rewarding. It's very rewarding, but it's also tedious. So let's stop talking about that. You didn't come in here to talk about, or to hear me talk about, CKN's life outside of the channel. You came in here to see me chug some Monster, spit a little venom, and hopefully give you something that's worth your money. Considering the stream is free, though, expectations are a little low. I want to begin with a tease. I want to begin with a tease that's based off of a question. What do all of you in chat right now, what do you think of WatchMojo? All of you probably know what WatchMojo is. I'm interested in knowing what you guys think of WatchMojo. And I'm actually going to give this a minute or so to catch up. For those of you who really don't know what WatchMojo is, I'll say that as I continue to see the reaction. WatchMojo is a channel on YouTube that has 8.6 million subscribers and happens to do a lot of top 10 lists and a lot of pointless crap. A lot of pointless stuff that's in there, but you know what? It's kind of fun if you want to kill some time. And that being said, I just read a comment from Ernie that says it's kind of a time waster on YouTube. It's actually it's pretty true. See, I enjoy WatchMojo lists because, like I said, I like time killers. I like to hear people's opinions, for one, and for two, if it's something that I don't know a lot about, they're going to give me kind of a baseline, as opposed to if I want to really dig deep into a topic, then I would probably venture around other places or whatever. So that actually brings me to a secondary question, and that is, what would you do if you watched a WatchMojo list and happened to find that coverkillernation was on it? Again, I'll wait. I know there's a delay. You can hear the chuckle a little bit as I wait, because stream delay is worse on YouTube than I've ever seen before. I've seen some delay on Twitch from people that I've watched. I've seen delay on, what the fuck was that other one called? What the fuck was it called? I can't believe that. Now I have to check my emails to satisfy my own curiosity. Satisfy my own goddamn curiosity as to what the hell that stupid website was called. Go back. St. Louis is beating Pittsburgh 2-0. What a bunch of fucks. Stupid assholes. It's the fucking site code. Come on, goddammit. I have all this garbage in my hitbox. That son of a bitch. Or blog TV or whatever. Yeah, there's a possibility that CKN may be on a WatchMojo video. I was contacted by the site on Twitter, one of their representatives that's doing a top 10 music critics list. So there's a possibility that I will make the cut there, that we will be, I say I, but we as a collective nation will be featured on a WatchMojo list, which is pretty sweet, pretty cool. That being said, of course, that may mean that there's going to be a lot more numbers to our ranks. I don't really know what that, what something like this really means to a channel. I don't know if it gets them any sort of traction or any sort of attraction. Whether or not I should expect the video count and stuff like that to explode, or if I should just sit back here and be like, oh, well, that was nice. Glad that they said my name. But when and if that happens, I will be posting that video to the Facebook page, obviously. That way you guys can check it out. And actually, I see Adveta 2. I'm actually not number 2, probably. I don't know what the list would be or the positioning or anything like that. I have none of that information. In fact, I don't even know if I'm going to make the cut based off of who they have or whatever. But don't forget about Adosa Buckley. Don't forget about him. Because Adosa Buckley is pretty funny stuff. I know he handles typically more of the, well, no, he doesn't even really handle album reviews, but he's a critic and he does a lot of musical autopsies and a lot of culture and stuff. I'm a really big fan of Adosa Buckley. Really, really enjoy his stuff. And I don't necessarily think that the needle drop will be number 1. I don't know. It's a WatchMojo list, so it's a safe theory or a safe idea. But who knows? Who knows? But like I said, there's a good chance, or there might be a chance, that the numbers may become a little bit larger. So if that happens, treat the noobs with respect. You know, make them one of us. We don't want them to come over here and make them feel like they're not welcome. You know, if they say that WatchMojo brought them over here on a video or something like that, you know, welcome them to the fold. Don't be condescending, blah, blah, blah. Let's show these people that we are better than that. That's all I'll say. That's even if that happens. I have no clue what this does for a channel, as I stated previously. We're going to move on to the one of our true reasons for being here. One of our true reasons of being here is talking about what's going to happen in the future on the channel and discussing specifically what's going to happen whenever all of these releases start dropping. Because I'm looking specifically, right now at least, I'm looking specifically right now at the 24th of July. And I'm just going off of one site. I'm going off of Metal Storm, by the way, because I still enjoy Metal Storm to a degree. And right there, I see Symphony X and Lamb of God both coming out on the same day. Symphony X with Underworld, Lamb of God with 7, Stromundrang. I see a Joe Satriani album, Shockwave Supernova, which I may want to talk about. Black Space Riders would be kind of cool with Refugium. Gus G has another one called Brand New Revolution, which might be kind of cool, but I don't know. That's not even the worst of it, but I can see those kind of extending over a period of a couple days and causing a lot of interesting things to happen. There was one day I remember looking at that was just it was ridiculous. Like, it may be like the new heavy metal birthday based off of all the different things that were coming out. And I'm going to try to find that now. I think it might be the 21st of August. Let's see, 21st of August, we have a Royal Hunt album. We have Disturbed, which will be big, regardless of whether you like Disturbed or not. Spock's Beard album. There's a Chris Caffery album. Butcher Babies, whether you like them or not. We're going to have to talk about that because there's been some interesting stuff said about that so far. Rivers of Nile. We have The Sword. We have Hate Eternal. We have Battle Cross. There's a Lynch Mob album. There's the new fucking Ghost album. There's a lot. And then a week later, we have the Five Finger Death Punch, the Motorhead. We have Ahab, Nile, Tad Morose, Soilwork, and if we decide to get to it, Pentagram. And those are just highlights. Those are ones that that people will probably care about. You know, of course, there are other options such as Raise Hell on the 21st of August, or you never know. I might want to touch that Cobra and the Lotus EP entitled Words of the Prophets. That might be kind of cool. You never know. Don't know really much about them. And then whenever you get into September, we look right there on the 4th, and we have Amorphous' new album, Under the Red Cloud, Iron Maiden's The Book of Souls, Riverside's Love, Fear, and the Time Machine. So you have 3 styles of music that are represented by heavyweights on the same day. And also there's a new Leaves' Eyes album entitled King of Kings. And as this summer just continues onward and heads towards fall, we're running into this almost at least once every 2 weeks where there's just killer important albums coming out, and they're coming out all at once. Like the 18th of September now is looking ridiculous. Sacred Oath, Tesseract, Benevolent Creation, The Black Dahlia Murder, Annihilator, My Dying Bride, Scale the Summit, and Blackmore's Night, all on the same day. That's all on the fucking same day. It's almost like, why did we do 24 hours a week ago whenever we could have done it on one of these days? And I'll tell you why that's actually the case is because whenever these big releases and these big release dates come out, we want to make sure that what we have to say about them, our coverage on it, is seen by everybody. That it's seen by all of you. We want to make sure that that is what happens. We're even starting to get stuff for October now, which is only making the year even more ridiculous in its in a sense. Because there's Children of Bodom, which I did listen to the new song, the new schlong. I listened to the new schlong, and it was just okay. If you're a Children of Bodom fan and I reviewed this track, you probably would not like me very much, just simply because it seems a little generic. Someone actually on the video for the playback actually correctly responded something that I was thinking in my mind. It's like Children of Bodom and Kalma are both really closely associated to begin with, but on that song, it was like Children of Bodom was actively trying out Kalma's sound a little bit for themselves. You know, their particular brand. So it was almost like a little strange, like Children of Kalma crossover. It was weird. It was really kind of strange. But as you see, there is just a myriad of albums that are coming out over the next couple of months. We've talked about this now for about a month and a half. We spoke about this initially in May, the latter portion of May, whenever a lot of these heavyweight names were starting to pick up. It brings up an important question. 2015, based around all of these different albums being released, has the potential to be one of heavy metal's best recent years. True or false? True or false, nation? Because of the just huge, huge lineups that we have for the summertime. 2015 has the potential to be heavy metal's best year in recent memory. True or false? Oh man, I'm taking these off, by the way. I can't read for shit. Woo-hoo. That is so much better. That is so much better. Seeing a lot of true stream in. And for those of you who are viewing this after the fact, since this will be up on YouTube tonight, you can answer the question in the comments below. But it has already been a really good year. I think that a lot of people discount that because the heavy hitter names are still to come. So a lot of people are very privy to saying, well, thank God this is all happening because the first half has been really, really weak. Yeah, by comparison to having all of those big names come out within a 3-month stretch, damn right it was weak, but that doesn't actually work. It just means that throughout the first 6 months, the really great releases were spaced out over time. Someone asked me about Leviathan, if I'd ever listened to Scar-Sighted, and I have not. And that is on my wish list, my to-do list. So, Exploited Hawk also asks, do you think we'll have to wait another decade for the new Morbid Angel? To be perfectly honest with you, man, we probably should want to. But there you go. The Passing Void, Tame Impala. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. They have a new album that, did it just drop or is it about to come out, Passing Void? Help me out on that one. Not working in a music store makes me really kind of fucking ridiculous. I'm out of the loop. It's one of the principal feelings that I have. And I try so hard to stay in the loop. I really do. And it just, no. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Oh, man. My knee sucks. I'm starting physical therapy in a couple days. Starting it in a couple days. That's going to be wild. For those of you who don't know, I have wretched knees and bad hips. I'm getting old. Being old is stupid. Being old is really stupid. Oh. This is kind of a reason why I enjoy doing what I do. This is another reason why that I enjoy the fact that now streaming is getting better. YouTube just recently stated that they are going to be adding some increases to the stream potential. So I'm really, really hoping that that means that everything is a little bit more smooth, and hopefully it actually can tackle some of the stream delay a little bit. Smelly Bats, the new Asking Alexandria album, I will be. The Passing Void, thank you. July the 17th. I've not missed it. Good. It's within a week. So that's fantastic. I will definitely have to check out and actually review that new Tame Impala record. I am excited about that because I've loved the last 2 records that they have put out. Slime Warrior, what the fuck? I've already addressed this fact. You may stop. Maybe Slime Warrior actually has some technical difficulties. Does anybody know? Does anybody know how to break things? Like maybe somebody can hack into Slime Warrior's computer and maybe he's passed out. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm done with Leviathan. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Oh, you said that the Tame Impala is the 13th, so I have 2 days. Oh boy. Well, that's a little, it's a little quick. It's a little quick, but I can still do it. I can still do it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. Man, this thing's going very, very quickly. There is a huge delay. There is a huge delay. Like I said, that is why I'm hoping that that the YouTube fixes helps a little bit. Greetings from the United States of America, Victor. I am very, very happy to have you here. Serbia, that's awesome. Man, oh man. Can you read this moment, CKN? I'm not fake and gay. What the hell? I have no idea. Okay, for those of you who just came in, I see that one person just came in. The next week and a half will probably be sparse on videos, unless I get some free time, because I am studying, and it's job related. We might be featured on a WatchMojo video, and there's a shitload of stuff coming out. Like, fuck ton. Like, holy Jesus, mother of a pearl. Redonkulous. Oh man, someone from Melbourne. G'day. Just to kind of throw this out there, there was a girl that I talked to online, obviously, from Australia a long, long time ago, that tried to actually convince me to come and live in Australia. She was a crazy bitch. She's a crazy fucking bitch. Her name was Lonnie. And I think to myself these days, man, she was a crazy bitch. She was a little bit... But man, I bet you in the sack she'd have been the funnest fucking romp. Oh, man. That probably would have been a pleasure for my cock, but whatever. Canadians, too. I mean, shit. I've known a couple Canadians in my day. That'd be like the funnest part about being in a band, especially if you're like in a band and also partially a gigolo. But anyway, I'm going to keep this going for just a couple more minutes, and I'm going to actually focus on the chat. And since there is a delay, there's a good chance that this is stuff from the past. Well, everything's from the past. That statement that I just made is now in the past. If there's a new System of a Down record, I'm reviewing it, principally because I know that Serge knows who I am, which is pretty sweet. And obviously, there's going to be a large amount of time that has passed where, creatively speaking, a lot can be brought to that album. So I'm excited if that is a rumor that turns into a reality. Also, I believe that Jerry Cantrell has been tapped in for the new Deftones record, which is also going to be phenomenal. And I would care more about Tool in this chat, SOS Scorn, if they would actually put a fucking release date out for the album. The Porcupine Tree discography review will happen eventually. I have the whole entire year, as opposed to just the like the couple weeks that are after Music Madness. Yeah, Adevia actually just posted why and how I know Serge. Or it's more so that Serge knows of me. Serge knows of me. I've talked with a guy on Facebook, actually, who has been spending some time recently with Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit. And they have been, apparently, from what I've been told in these conversations, they've been making fun of Fred together. But a long time ago, I thought that I had reviewed a Tool album. I may have. I thought for sure that I have. I might have to look through some of my old videos. If I can get this stupid, super awesome hard drive Doom working again. I don't know what happened, but about a week ago, in fact, it was right after the 24-hour marathon, this son of a bitch decided that it was no longer going to be recognized on this laptop. And I have a lot of archives as far as CKN is concerned, and it goes all the way back actually to some of the earliest videos. I don't have every video on there, but I have a lot of them. I do have a lot. So I really don't know. You know, it's not even all that big of a deal. If I have to do a Tool discography whenever the new one comes out, it's not going to take very long. We just need the new one to fucking come out, and then I'll do it. Screw it. That's how it is. That's how it is. I did 10,000 days. Oh, okay. Well, may still just do it all again, because that was probably back whenever I was like much younger and with a different camera. I still need another camera, but I can't keep up with all this garbage, man. You get older and you start to really you kind of just slow down a little bit. I've never watched Spectrum Pulse, if you indeed watch Spectrum Pulse. Whatever. I want to actually talk about the new Debauchery record. I talked about their last one. Not a lot of people came out to that one, but I enjoy the band, even though they're kind of cookie-cutter death metal. I became a fan of that band because of a bonus disc that they did on a record from a while back that had death metal versions of like 8 Days a Week by the Beatles and a couple of other songs as well, which just I thought was wild. I thought that was such a cool thing. I actually, whenever I still worked at the music store, exposed my boss, who was the largest Beatle fan in history, probably, to that version, and he gave me this look like, out of all the goddamn things, you bring me this, and and that was kind of a fun moment. That was really a really fun moment. Well, at any rate, this is an important stream for me. That way you guys know what was going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, why things maybe will have cooled down a little bit. So I just wanted to let you all know this information, and obviously the people on YouTube will know this information. And that will be... That's all that I can really do. So whenever this stream goes up, I'm going to post the link over on the Facebook page. If you know other fans, other members of the nation, if you have friends and you have a little collective or whatever, or even if you just spread around this, that way folks are aware of what's going on. Because I know that with the myriad of stuff that's coming out, we have new songs that are being premiered each and every day, and I would love to talk about all of them. And there will be some that I will get to, but I just will not be able to get to everything. I just will not be able to get to everything. Wait a minute. Before I go, if Chewbacca was in a heavy metal band, would he be the drummer or vocalist, and which band? I would go with him being the vocalist. It'd be a death metal band, and Animal would be the drummer from the Muppets. And let's even go even further with this. Cousin It would be the guitar player. And I think that Thing, also from the Addams Family, would be the keyboardist. As far as a bassist is concerned, it's a really, really good question. I don't know about a bassist. I don't know. That's a really, really good question. But there's like the start of my band. There's like 4 members of my band. Now, as far as the needle drop is concerned, I've actually done a collab with him in the fact that I was at the end of one of his videos. I forget which one it was now. I was one of them saying, did you like it? Did you hate it? What should Anthony review next? Blah, blah, blah. I remember that I said something about liking me some men vocals. 007 on the double bass. Make it classy. And let's say like the ghost of Richard Nixon to be the other guitar player. And also background vocalist. That way, whenever there's some cleans that need to be had, like maybe Chewbacca goes, then you have Nixon be like, Nixon mad. There are a couple other hopeful collabs that will be coming in the future. Herman Munster. There we go, Drew. Drew Keller just nailed it with Herman Munster. Oh, man. That's awesome. I love that idea. I love that idea. Because I was thinking about Lurch, but I didn't want to overdo the Addams Family. I did watch that 70s show. Love it. Really, really good show. Plus, Mila Kunis is fucking fine. Fucking fine. SOS scoring, unfortunately, the only way that can happen for more people to be subscribed is for the word to go out even further. And because I don't do any of that conventional bullshit of sub-raising, either that or I don't have a website or anything like that. So this is the presence. And before you say, hey, CKN, you should have a website. My plate right now is literally filled with food to the point where I am dropping shit on the floor. I am dropping shit on the floor. But it'd be really cool to have a website. If I ever get enough, if I get money from this job, I might be able to throw some to somebody to maintain a site for me. I would just want someone that's really, really good, as opposed to, because I remember that I had an option for another logo way back in the day. It was a long time ago in the channel's history. We're talking probably about 4 years ago. He was like the first person that was willing to do anything with the logo and like actually attempt a logo for it. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best. But I love the logo that I have now. I would not change that. If anything, alternate logos would be pretty cool, just to cycle it up and change it up a little bit. But spoken word guest vocals from Marlon Brando's Godfather. I don't know. I don't think you understand the message that I'm attempting to convey. With these lyrics, I'm trying to let you know of the presence of Satan. Satan here on this day of my daughter's wedding. Summer Slaughter 2015 lineup. CKN Fest, man. CKN Fest. I've never gone to Summer Slaughter. I went to Mayhem once. I haven't done a festival aside from Summerland, which is alternative rock from the 90s. I haven't done a metal fest in a while. There's not enough that comes around here. The Maryland Death Fest, I always seem to miss somehow because it's always inconvenient. Like the dates just never work for me. And that fucking sucks, by the way, because that'd be fun as shit. Well, Brian Ragland, was I ever in a band? Yes, I was. I was in a band for about 6 months. We were called Paradigm. In fact, there was a guy that was in one of these streams during the 24 hours who was the guitar teacher of one of the guitarists in the band, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I am out of here, ladies and gentlemen. This actually ran a little longer than I wanted to. For those of you who maybe are just coming in, this will be available on YouTube very, very shortly. I apologize that you didn't get a chance to participate, but I do need to. Get back to studying a little bit. No, actually, the depth grip stuff, I've just been lazy as fuck. I've been lazy as fuck with that. Like every single time I go to think, what can I review? I just fucking forget. It's stupid as shit. Parallax 2 or Coma Ecliptic? Coma Ecliptic. Absolutely. But I got to roll. I have to go back to do some studying. Russell Brand as a metal singer would work, but Russell Brand would spend most of the time just talking about stuff and being philosophical as fuck. Don't forget to donate, of course. Don't forget to donate. Donate for CKN Fest. It's not a real thing. But if you do want to do the crowdfunding, it's available, and I highly recommend it because money doesn't grow on trees. It actually grows on bushes. The one guy saying, hello, people. I feel so bad for you because I'm going. This will be on YouTube, though. Review Kissing Candace. I will do it right now. Fuck. It sucks. Fuck it. I think that's how I should end this. Fuck the sucks. Fuck it. See ya.